Hey everybody, welcome into the second edition of the UIS Coaches Show. Larry Larson with you and joined by Matt Brock, men's basketball head coach. And coach, 1-1 weekend over the weekend out west. Win over Pittsburgh State, a place that you coached back in the day, and a loss to Missouri Southern State. Biggest takeaways from the weekend?
Two really strong opponents, and we wanted to do that to get us prepared for GLVC play, and Missouri Southern's right down there, so they had to sleep in their own beds, and they had two tough ones in the weekend before, so we knew they were going to come out strong, and we didn't defend quite well enough that game. They shot the ball well, and it was close at the end, but just didn't come up with enough stops, and then bounced back the next day though, and really found a new way to win for us, and that was with our defense, and we shot the ball poorly, 4 for 27 from three, but found a way to win on the road. So we'd like to get them both, but getting one true road game on under our belts going into conference play this weekend is a good one.
And obviously that conference opener is Lewis, and that's the next game at the time of this recording. But tonight you've got Clarke, and I think the big storyline with tonight's game is Keith Johnson being that he played at Clarke, NAIA opponent, but I mean they're no slouch.
No, I mean, really good team. Keith's obviously a really good player, and I told our guys, if you think Keith's a good player, then you should respect Clarke for sure. They're 5-1. Coach Blaine does a really nice job. They can really score the ball. They're really efficient offensively right now. So we got our work cut out for us, and we're going to have to play well.
And you don't want to look too far ahead, but obviously I'm sure you guys are looking forward to that conference opener. Lewis coming in on Saturday. What are you looking for out of that matchup?
Well, Lewis is a really strong program and one of the best in our league for a long time. So they've got some returners back that we know a lot about. Bo Frericks is a really good shooter on the wing. Akin Sahinkaya, their four-man, is
that was
really
impressive.
Really skilled player, and have been doing it for a couple of years. So we'll have our work cut out for us, but it'll be good to be home.
100%. And, digging into some individual performances, one guy that we didn't talk about in our first coaches show but is really impressed over these first few games and shown a lot of improvement is Isaiah Esker, backup center, biggest guy on the floor usually. What all has gone into his development and improvement over the offseason?
He's it's been a process. It hasn't just been this year. He when he got here, he was very self-aware and knew that he had a lot of growth to make before he was able to contribute at a high level. And so he's been I think his first year I worked with him every day after practice for 10 or 20 minutes, just working on skill stuff. And he's a guy that is in the weight room on his own almost every day, and you can see the change in his body. But great teammate. The biggest thing I loved was Saturday, and I clipped it for the guys when we watched film on Monday, was Jack had a big bucket late to kind of take the lead finally. And the first guy jumping off the bench, giving the strong sign, was Isaiah, the guy that he plays behind. So that just a testament of him and his character and his team-first attitude, and we got a lot of guys like that.
I know we've talked about it before, but at that 5 position, you've got Jack, who's a little smaller but more skilled, and then you've got Isaiah, who's just big and hard to handle. I mean, just how much of an advantage does that combination alone give you guys down low?
Well, he's a load, and Isaiah will draw a lot of fouls because he's going to post hard, and he's hard to get around because he's so big. So it really helps. They help each other because Isaiah can draw some fouls on their starting center or maybe their backup even, and Jack gets to take the benefit of that when he gets to go against their bottom of the bench guys. So they complement each other well. They're roommates. They're good friends, and Isaiah is really big on defense, so he can kind of give you a different look defensively as well. So it's nice to have, it's nice to not have all 7 irons in the bag. You want to have a complete set.
Yeah, 100%. You can't expect to shoot even par with just your putter.
There you go.
Looking ahead to Saturday with Lewis, what would you say maybe the biggest keys to the game are if you guys are going to start 1-0?
Well, they're a really strong defensive team. We're going to have to handle the pressure. They're going to pressure us. We got to do a good job on Frericks and their shooters. But it's just GLVC is just a different animal. So it's going to the intensity level is going to get cranked up even more than it was at Pittsburgh State, which that was as close as you can get to a GLVC type game. in a road environment, but it's just it's another level. So we're gonna have to turn it up a little bit more and just be that much tougher and that much stronger, and really defend at the level that we know we're capable of.
Well, Coach, best of luck on Saturday. Best of luck tonight against Clarke, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Larry.